This video is for all harmonica players out there, diatonic or chromatic, that are considering playing with a neck rack. Which one should you choose? What are the different options? What are the pluses, the minuses of the different options? That is what this video is all about. So hi, I'm Heinz Egers and I'm a harmonica player and a piano player, and that's why I really like playing with racks. Because if you play the harmonica, whichever it is, diatonic or chromatic, and you play with a rack, then you have a full instrument at your disposal and you still have both your hands free, which is fantastic. So you can play the piano, you can play the guitar, you can play, I don't know, the harp, the kora, whatever you want. Creativity is free. So which one should you choose? Or if you have one and you're wondering, is the option that I have, is that a good one? So what are the different options? First of all, there are the ones that I tend to call the coat hangers. So they're really flimsy. I don't have one around, so I'm just showing this here to show you the major problem with them. The coat hangers, like these really flimsy neck racks for harmonicas, and the problem is this: so they are really too flexible, and if you're like playing with them, then your harmonica is going all the way. Maybe they can work on a really small diatonic harmonica. I'm a chromatic player, so maybe for you that's a good thing. For me, those really don't work. And this is one thing that I want to say in between. So all the things I'm telling you here is my experience. Your experience is most probably different, and that's completely fine. Also, I'm not getting paid in any way. All the stuff you see here, I paid for myself with my own well-earned money. Coat hangers, I really wouldn't recommend them from my experience. Then there is like this one that you can find almost everywhere in every music shop. It does work. So you can play it like this, and then you can, this is quite hard to get your harmonica inside, so it's kind of, yeah. So to get it correct, so where is the little hook? Yeah. So this way, and then adjusting it. And while adjusting it, that's already one problem that I experienced with this one, namely that there is only one screw here, and sometimes during your performance, while you're playing, this thing gets loose, and then while you're playing, it kind of gets all the way in front, and you have to go and reach for your harmonica in the middle of a piece, so that's not really handy. Another problem with this particular one is that it's, for me personally, it's too low. Everybody's different, of course. We all have different physical properties, but for me this one is too low, so I really have to reach like this. It's really uncomfortable. So what I have been doing is, do I have it around here? Yeah, is using a cork. So if you do happen to have one of these and you also experience it's too low, then one of the things you can do is like just take two corks and make a little slit inside here, and then I just put these here, and then you have like an extra, like inch, like an extra 2-3 centimeters, and that can make a difference between really having to reach too deep and having somewhat of a comfortable way of playing. I've been playing for really probably a decade like this. It doesn't really look very professional, and then sometimes during the performance, not only this happens, as I just said, but what also happens is that sometimes even if you glue it together like this, like slips away, and then it's kind of amateuristic, and it didn't really work very well for me. Well, it did work, but not really very fine. Another thing that for me is not so nice is that it's quite hard to get this thing out, as you can notice now. So this, well, if you have it, of course you can use it, but there are better options. Then this one is almost custom made. It's called the ergonomic neck rack. And if you're really going for sturdiness, if you really want to have your harmonica extremely stable, then there is no better one than this one. So it really sits very well on your chest. You can adapt lots of things here, and you can screw your harmonica inside there, and it's really very strong, and it's sometimes if you look in the internet, it's being described as a tank. And that's really good description. It feels like a tank, it's sturdy like a tank, but it also looks like a tank. And that's one of the things that I don't like too much about it. So I want my music to be about music and not about technology and all kinds of cool iron stuff. And this looks a bit techy. But that's just a matter of taste. But it really feels very stable, very comfortable, very strong, very like a tank. It's a really good description. A disadvantage for me is that you have to screw and unscrew, although it goes quite quickly, but still, your harmonica. But otherwise, now I'm really nitpicking, because generally speaking, this is really a very good rack. And if you want stability, and if that is your most important thing, then this is the best. It's also the most expensive of all these racks that you can see here. You have also lots of things that you can adapt to your personal physiology. So it's really good. You have to order it from the United States, and when you're ordering it outside of the US, you have to pay extra taxes. Well, that may happen that you have to pay extra taxes. So keep that in mind as well if you order it. But it's really, this is the ergonomic neck rack. It's a tank. So that's definitely a good option if you want to go for stability. Then one of my favorite ones is the Hohner FlexRack. What I like about this one is that in contrast to, for instance, these ones, where you only have like one screw to really fix this hinge, this one has two, and it even has like I don't know if you can hear it, but like it really locks into a certain position, and then you can like lock it in there and then really make sure it doesn't it doesn't happen anymore that you have to go and fish for your harmonica. It also has the possibility of not only adapting like the tilt of your harmonica. I'll put it in, then you can see it better. So I'll just hang it on, and then you can really like pull here and then put in your yeah, it's that way. Pull in your harmonica, and this way it really sits well. This hook is really handy, like you can pull it down. And then you can also not only adapt the tilt of your harmonica, but also the height. You can also make it higher or lower, and that is really handy as well. So no need anymore for any corks putting under here, so that is being solved by that. So generally speaking, this is really sturdy, it's well built. For me, one little disadvantage is that you have to pull quite hard here for this to get it out. Well, it works. But it's kind of a pet peeve for me that I really like to have my my harmonica very quickly loose, so I can tap it out. Maybe this is too much information, but I'm quite a wet player, and so if I feel that one of my holes is about to start blocking because of too much humidity in there, I just click it off and tap it out and I can start playing again. Doing that is really essential for my playing. And that is where this one, the Gecko, comes in. This is, for me, this is the best one. For me, maybe not for you, but for me, this is the best one. And why is this the best option for me? It's because it has like this magnet. It's a neodymium magnet, and you can start playing and you can tap it out or do whatever, or change it, especially if you're a diatonic player. This is really handy for changing your harmonicas, and you can start playing again. This is so handy. I couldn't be without this anymore. So this is really, for me, the rack of choice. It does have disadvantages, namely if you're playing the CX12, for instance. CX12 is plastic, and of course plastic and magnet doesn't work. So if you want to play this kind of rack, then you have to play harmonicas that are metal. It doesn't work with plastic. Another neat thing about this one is that there is like a screw here and here, and that works as a kind of memory for how far you're wanting to reach. So you can kind of adapt this and so make it more, I don't know if you can see this here, but so now it's already a little bit more like that. So you can really adapt this. And see, now it's already a little bit more like that instead of just like that. And if you're playing, you like playing, and then maybe you want to say something, hop, you do like this, blah, 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 blah. And then you want to start playing again, hop, and you're playing again. And it's in exactly the same position again. That is also really handy. So that's the reason why I really like this. I'm looking for disadvantages now because I don't want to like praise just one above all the others. If you do this with like a 16 hole, then it can get a little bit heavy. But now I'm really nitpicking, trying to find some errors, because honestly I really like this one. It's yeah, it's really also quite handy, so you can just do like this and take it away. It's quite light. So as for me now, I'm kind of sold on this one, the Gecko it's called. So that's by Seydel. This one is by Hohner. This one is custom built from an American builder. Just Google ergonomic neck rack and you will find it, and this one you can find about everywhere in any shop. So I hope this has been helpful, and hope you can make a nice choice. I hope to see maybe some videos of you, and above all, have fun and enjoy music. That's what it's all about. Bye bye!